this time. Hooray! Dad things. Continue the campaign. 5 days. We're playing.
Oh, careful. Good girl.
Okay.
In you come. Yeah. Has the stream started?
Yep. Right, Sam's here. I'm playing card games.
Sorry, my post also just came. Oh.
The tricking. I know. Fuck.
I think the floor. Is it the floor? What?
Bloody mech lords.
I think the what? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Is it the? Is it? What? Is it the? Is it the flower? Wow.
Alright, here we go. Red Dragon Archfiend. Sam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, Nicole just won't stop talking. I think she's trying to say hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Nicole.
What? Oh my God! I think that's right, the
Just babbles.
Okay.
Oh, unless she's telling Liz to shut up, then we can hear. Then we can understand her. Yeah, you're learning to tell them.
No, I will. Away you go. And now I'm gonna...
Actually, Nicole, let's go change your nappy. Come on, Nicole, let's go change your nappy. Because I'm guessing you haven't been changed at all. The incredible sulk.
Oh, shit.
Ollie, quick question. Do you think it's weird when you have a kid, if you have a kid that's young, that's, too young to know any better, so you buy your own birthday present from them? Is that sad, or is that just kind of acceptable?
No. I think parents do that all the time.
Okay, I only say so because I've got something off Liz, obviously, but I know I'm not really getting anything off anyone else, especially my family at this point, because I'm at that age, you know, where I'm not allowed to celebrate my birthday anymore. I'll be honest, it's been a very bad month for wrestling, really, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, I can understand why no one's talking about anything at this point or doing anything. I've made my points clear on how I feel about everything in a video on my channel. Basically, this is a dark day for wrestling and therefore the world.
Yep. Seb's here. He says I've been cock-teased by McDonald's breakfast. How so?
I mean, Heath Slater came back on Raw. That was cool.
Yeah, I heard. Although I haven't watched wrestling in ages. Oh, the shit was to what just happened, not the Tessa Blanchard thing. Apparently she's very
well, to be honest,
to work with.
My understanding of Tessa was that she was already under controversy to begin with because she'd said some very racist things a couple of years ago. But they, let that go for a while. But then, from what we've heard from Tessa's side, is that she was in Mexico and she didn't want to leave during the COVID thing. From what Impact said is that they made the choice to, they said, fine, just send us some promo material or something for us to work with to build up a match for you when you do come back. And she was refusing to work with them, was being extremely hostile and holding the belt hostage and demanding more money.
Yeah.
This is according to Impact, so they stripped her of the title. Which, unfortunately, is just going to fuel the theory that, again, Impact just fuels everybody else's successes, considering that most of their world champions have all gone off and done something else, since Brian Cage abandoned them to go to AEW. And John Morrison left them to go to WWE. I mean, hell, Matt Riddle's under investigation, but WWE's doing nothing about it, funnily enough. Though I mentioned that Matt Riddle's situation is a little different.
The screen isn't working. That's weird.
Yeah, it
I like Red Dragon Archfiend. How, unlike most dragons, instead of, I can still hear it, but I can't see anything. Well, that is very odd. Unlike most dragons, instead of breathing fire, he ignites his fist and punches you.
I mean, you've got to say, there's got to be something said for efficiency. Death is all around us.
Fist punch dragon. Death is coming. Yeah. The fuck off in Darthbury 2 when he pushes Luke off was the first thing I planned in that whole video.
To be honest, I think it gains something by just having the whole fuck off every time he defends himself during the lightsaber duel. I'm serious. That was just all brilliant.
Yeah. Even though Jack defeated 2 members of Team New World, he was quickly dispatched by their 3rd member, Jacob. Jacob. It's like if Phil Mitchell was a dragon. The fate of Team 5Ds once again rested in Yusei's hands. You have no concept the powers you're up against, do you? Allow me to show you. This is no dream, this is the future.
I mean, I will admit I've been watching some old Matt Berry stuff that he did, like when he voiced Chris Chan. That's the one which I know you haven't seen it, but it's the one where he says video games in that very specific way.
Video game?
Yeah, that's the first time I realised it was Matt Berry. Goes, my room is filled with all the utensils a man could need. Video games, art supplies, and colouring utensils. And how he voices Chris Chan to be a bloodthirsty psychopath. No one will accuse me of being gay again.
Matt Berry actually plays Christian.
Yeah, he played Chris Chan during a comic reading. Someone made a comic book of the Angry Video Game Nerd, one of the Nostalgia Critic, and he did one of Chris Chan. But he did it, but it was just Chris Chan. But sorry, it was Matt Berry doing the voice of Chris Chan as the narrator. I honestly think if I found the video for you, Wally, you could get some voice clips just from that.
Yeah.
Nobody accuses me of being gay. Fries a guy to death. Which is what Chris did in his own comic. He murdered 3 people for making the implication that he might be gay. What have you done? What you always do. Zap to the extreme. And now I crash into slumber. Although the key bit, the whole Darth Vader not being able to find his keys was brilliant.
Yeah. I dropped the blood.
No, I just love how Darth Vader's meant to be this really powerful Sith Lord, and you've just made him so fucking casual.
He's very personable, isn't he?
He's very personal and very casual. Just the whole, you really are a fucking star, aren't you? Quiet, woman. Come sit on my big hand. I'm surprised you haven't made a comment about the whole, use a line from the whole the rumour that he killed his wife.
Yeah, I've got that clip, I just couldn't find somewhere to put it.
I know. You mean the room? I know about you, Father. I know the truth about your father. Oh wait, what about that whole thing from Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to put it in there.
Yeah, I know the truth about you, Father. You mean?
Do you mean the rumors that I killed my wife?
It's too perfect. And what is that, Your Honor?
Which word do you object to, Your Honor?
Oh God, I love Matt Berry. Oh, don't forget the Action Man adverts he did.
I just searched for Matt Berry Christian, I can't find anything, but I didn't know what he looked like until now. He looks like a Peter Kay character.
I also noticed that you've started using Mighty Boosh things, such as, the Icy Bastard.
Yeah. I shall return to the Arctic. Not for the money or the fame, but for Biggie Shackleton.
A gem the size of a schoolboy's head. Obi-Wan thought he'd killed me. Luckily, I had a lightsaber hidden in my mustache.
I shot it. I had a pistol hidden in my mustache.
Challenge is a farce. Purchase.
Notice the emphasis I put on the word farce.
I put on farce. You made up name in your sister's clothes.
You malnourished pimp with your World War I facial hair.
Never.
Can you get her into the chair, please?
Sure, I was just tying my hair back. Garrus looks a lot sleeker, by the way. I know why it is. I'm just pointing out that because of that action, he is now sleeker. You don't need to go into an anime explanation. It takes us to a flashback if you're removing his fur. As hilarious as that would be. Holy dramatic flashback, Batman.
Junk warrior.
Well, I would if you wanted one.
I let the police around me.
I'm not working around you when you've got a brush. Any wise man knows not to walk by his wife while she's brandishing a hairbrush.
Oh, I could have won if I put that in attack mode. Oh. It's funny, he says to Obi-Wan this World War One face with his World War One facial hair. Yeah, that's
that was the joke.
Yeah.
Your World War One facial hair and your sister's clothes.
I haven't actually seen the Blackwing Dragon animation, if there is one. So let's have a look.
So how are these steamed buns?
They're nice.
Well, they better be for £1. So, Ollie, what did you think of my house rules?
Very good.
That after 11 o'clock I'll leave you to the foxes and the midges. Fun story, my sister did not take the midges seriously. My mother did not take the midges seriously.
Yeah, because they thought mayflies were midgets, and that's
They spent
totally
3 weeks.
different.
They spent 3 weeks with bumps on their skin, like scratching these yellow sores
I
coming off
failed.
their arms.
New Domino City and its people are safe. That's literally how the dub ends. Like they look at oh right, that's a funny story about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, the dub. I don't know if you ever watched the show.
I have never watched anything past the original Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, call me an old man, but yeah.
But 5Ds is actually good. But the dub ends in the stupidest way. Like I think
I already told you how a dub. I already told you this morning how a dub ended, but please enlighten me.
Yeah. Well, they didn't dub the last sort of. Yeah, it was sort of like that. So I have to get my plate thing. They didn't dub the last 10 or so episodes, and so they had, because they ran out of money, and they had to end it early. So after the duel we've just done, he looks up into the sky where the floating castle is, which is sort of like the final dungeon of 5Ds, if you will, and it just sort of fades out. It just sort of fades out of existence, and then Yusei says, "And then the future was safe forever," and then that's it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not. I
They
wish.
couldn't be. No, so you're saying they couldn't be bothered to dub the final 10 episodes, so they literally just faded out in one of the mid-episode and went, "And then the future was safe forever."
Yeah.
Why do I suddenly believe that's how certain countries tell how certain wars ended? And then we jumped over the trenches, guns armed, and then the future was safe. I feel like there's a bit of context in between that kind of would be very integral to the story you're telling.
Like, the thing is, there are a load of plot threads that just don't get resolved because the resolution, like, in particular, there's this character who's implied to be like an android from the future or something, but we don't actually know much about him, and he's part of the team.
And we never will.
And that resolution was in the last 10 episodes or so. So that plot thread is just sort of dropped. And you know,
Well,
it's a
that sounds
it's
like
a mystery
that does
that's
sound
built
like-
up.
Look, to be fair, I know we're living in an age now where anime and manga in particular, like, remove certain things. Like, certain important plot threads are just completely removed for the anime version, but that just sounds like that is the laziest thing I've heard. I mean, Overlord, which is a show me and Liz like, cuts out several plot points
It'd be like
because
if the return-
because there's not enough time. But that's time constraints of the story, and that's in both countries.
Though
That's in
Arborea was
both.
defeated.
This is just the lazy English dub not being bothered to finish 10 episodes.
Although the game appears to be finishing the story. We don't need an ending for our show.
Well,
we need
yeah, obviously they make it flow.
Xyz
Yeah, but
summoning
that's the point.
in a goofy school. Though
Oh,
Arborea
yeah,
was
speaking of
defeated,
weird,
the dark...
goofy...
I can see the screen again. Good. Sorry, what were you saying, Sam?
I was saying, did you see that Eddie thing I sent you the other day?
No.
It's this thing made by the meat crayon guy who's just has this thing where you've got Eddie's talk. Well, Ed's going, 25 cents. That is all it costs to see God. See perfection. And then when Kevin goes in and notices everyone's gone, we go, where's Jimmy? He's witnessing perfection right now. And they just recently made the sequel to it where he's tied to a chair. And Ed's going, bring me his jaw. No, please, I'm sorry. No, I will let you enjoy this moment. It is far more delicious than the darkness that awaits you. And then rip his jaw off and he makes it into one big jawbreaker and eats it.
Though Arborea was defeated, the Divine Temple was still going down on the city. We have to infiltrate the Divine Temple and stop it
I
from
really
crashing
want to
into
do. I really want to do the
Avatar.
I really want to do that in that intro for the Avatar that's Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Earth, water, fire, and air. Long ago, the four nations lived in peace until the Fire Nation invaded. The bastards.
The wankers.
Oh yeah, and we watched some Monty Python the other day, and the whole thing with the Watutsi turned up. 8 foot of solid Watutsi.
If you enter the Divine Temple, it is foretold that you will not return.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? You 5 foot 10-inch weed.
Yeah.
8 foot of solid Watutsi. Lord of the Rings when Gandalf and Peregrine
11 foot 5. Damn.
19 foot 3. Lord of the Rings when Gandalf and Peregrine Took arrive in Gondor and then Sauron gives up and everyone lives happily ever after. Antimony,
I'm suddenly being reminded of that Mitchell and Webb sketch where they go, when they're doing that video where where they say an antique show where the price is literal, instead of the price it says enough money to last forever.
Yeah. No, not Bruno. My name is Antimony. My memories have returned and now I remember my mission. I've travelled back in time to protect Zone and his divine temple from you. That's the resolution that wasn't in the dub. And this is Yusei's friend that he's spent several seasons with at this point, and he has to kill him in a card game on a motorbike.
We will play a children's card game with him. Dum dum dum.
And not just any card game, but a card game on a motorcycle.
Card games on motorcycles.
Shield Wing. Can you see the stream alright, Sam?
I'm kinda not on the stream at the moment. I was kind of helping with Nicole and
Okay.
other thing. Also, I was installing a couple of things because one of my games came.
I see.
Twitch. I'm surprised you haven't been banned from here. Oh wait, you can swear on Twitch apparently.
Ow. Ow. Piercing damage. And 2,900 points. I cannot allow that to stand. I cannot wait to see how they make Yuma's tech shite. Right. There is a way I can defeat it.
Yes, the heart of the cards, Ollie.
No, I mean there is an actual tangible strategy that if executed will allow me to kill that thing.
Okay, Ollie, I also have to ask this question. Whenever you see pot of grease, do you ask what it does instinctively now?
Yes.
Good, it's not just me and literally everybody else on Twitter. But we still don't know what it does.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
Hey,
Well,
Walter White.
I killed it. Well, it killed itself. More precisely.
Oh yeah, and yesterday, Ollie, I bought a flump. Yes, I thought that amused. Yeah, I bought a flump. Liz pissed herself laughing while I was buying it.
I did not piss myself, but I did laugh.
Because she knows the story of how one person thought that everyone should be punished by death. Any crime, no matter how small, from murder to grand arson to nicking a flump.
To nicking a flump.
You can't just give people a death sentence. You can. Kill them for everything. From stealing from that to stealing
Well, it killed itself, Red Army in Berlin, 1944. I sentence you to death.
Okay, did you hear about the people who went to Jeff? Did you hear about the
you-
people who went to Jeff Bezos' house with a guillotine?
I did.
Yeah, people went to Amazon, found Jeff Bezos' house and set up a guillotine, apparently.
I love that so much.
I shouldn't laugh because of the kind of people that were doing it, but it's kind of the equivalent of Scott Steiner coming to your house and setting up an entire torture chamber on your yard. I mean, why? Why go to all that expense and trouble?
Hypersynchron.
How are they going to get his head through the hole, though? I don't know, maybe I'll turn up on Boris Johnson's lawn with a giant wicker man.
Oh, fuck. 34 wicker phallus.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, apparently by the end of this week, Scotland's its lockdown should be a lot more, easygoing, so I should be able to actually leave the house and go to town.
Excellent.
Well, again, we've got a smaller population. We've got a smaller population and less, of anything going around. So I should be allowed to like go downtown hopefully soon and be able to get supplies easier. Here's hoping.
Yeah. If I have trouble with the story decks, I have a Blue Eyes deck I can use, and the Blue Eyes decks are fun. They're also fucking broken. Hope says Cafe Nero is quiet. Well, I imagine it will be.
Merry Wednesday, everyone. I'm sorry, that note still has me amused, even after all these years. Merry Wednesday. And it's all based off of one American Dad joke.
Yeah.
They're telling Stan that he can't buy a gun for Christmas for Steve. So he goes, okay, I promise, I swear I will not buy a gun for Steve for Christmas. And then the next scene, he buys a gun for Steve and goes, Merry Wednesday.
Merry Wednesday, son.
Yeah, literally to get out of to keep his promise of not buying a gun for Christmas. He got it for his Merry Wednesday.
Junk in the trunk warrior.
So just one thing of posts in.
It seems like it. It was in the door when I came past.
Alright. There was no knock, so your stuff hasn't come yet.
I know, they've got a few more days before I try to get a refund, and then it still might turn up, so...
Okay, well if that's the case, it turns up and you've got your money.
Yeah.
Which you can use, you can then use to, I don't know, buy yourself a fancy haircut.
Hairdressers isn't open yet.
And yet the pubs are.
Well, hairdresser is smart, actually.
Yeah. I can't get my hair done or my teeth done, but dear God, can I get smashed? Hello. I'm Nelson Mandela.
No, Sam.
Oh God. Oh good Lord.
Well, they put the Harry Enfield stuff up on Netflix, but they've taken down anything with the Nelson Mandela drug dealer stuff.
Oh no. I mean, I understand why, but those were really funny.
Well, keep in mind also they've removed anything with blackface, save for Monty Python's Flying Circus, that has quite a lot of it that's actually quite a lot more offensive.
Yeah, this is weird.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched all of Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Not quite all of it.
It's too bad you missed I mean, season 4 is where it starts to go down the toilet. Especially when they actually have like long overarching plots, like the Mr. Neutron episode with a guy who's supposedly super powerful and yet he's just living normally. Yet the narrator keeps pointing out how powerful and dangerous he is. While he's sitting there in full costume talking about how nice it is that his area is so close to the shops. Did you know Dark Souls did a board game?
I did not.
There's a group called Steamforged that do video game based board games, because I've got the Resident Evil 2 one. That I haven't got round to playing yet because, well, Nicole. Though I'm trying to imagine what the Dark Souls one is, and I'm just imagining someone puts a player piece on the board and someone gets a hammer and smacks your piece with it and says you died.
And nobody's racist because of Harry Enfield. Yeah, this is true.
What?
Nobody's racist because of the Nelson Mandela sketches.
Well, again, from what I understand, the censoring of these things, the removal of these things from the apps isn't really appeasing anyone anyway. They don't care. But this, I think someone put up saying that this isn't actually... Yeah, it said, we didn't ask for this. This isn't even helping us in any way. I mean, they removed the Faulty Towers episode with the Germans at one point for the one line. Even though UK Gold at one point even removed the entire line and still showed the episode at one point.
Yeah, well...
But they put it back on. They put it back on. Honestly, it doesn't help anyone. No
Nobody's
one's really
campaigns
saying.
have any of these shows taken down, says Seb. Yeah, this is true.
Well, no, they haven't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with anyone taking down Little Britain because Little Britain has many reasons to not exist and to be forgotten
And
about with
also
the
shit.
echoes of time. Well, yeah, there's many. That's what I'm saying. There's many reasons to hate Little Britain and want it to not exist. This is not one of them. And the apology for Bo Selector, I never saw a racial issue with Bo Selector. If anything, the only person who was offended by Bo Selector was Craig David.
And he made fun of him for that, and it was funny.
He ruined it for me!
He ruined it for me!
I mean, let's face it, he's done nothing else since then that's even any good. His Keith Lemon stuff is goddamn awful. Bo Selector's like the biggest thing he ever did, but then after Michael Jackson died, he just stopped doing it. And I think he deserves some credit, by the way, for doing... I've said to Liz multiple times, but I think he deserves credit for, at a time, the time that it was out, doing Michael Jackson parodies that didn't lay focus to the facts of what he was being accused of.
Right.
I think he deserves credit for that. He didn't take the easy way out. He just made Michael Jackson create a catchphrase that Michael Jackson would never say.
Yeah.
Can you honestly imagine the real Michael Jackson going Shaomon, motherfucker? I'm Michael Jackson, and I'm recently deceased, Shaomon. Well, even Mel B didn't mind the show. Dear God.
She was one of the celebrities he was least tactful about making fun of.
It wasn't. Tact is one way of putting it. I know usually parodies do gross exaggerations, but there was nothing about the Bo Selector version of Mel B that even correlated once with the real one.
Yeah, there was nothing about Bo Selector Mel B that even resembled the real one.
But can't that be said about most of the celebrities in some way? Like they vaguely actually had anything, apart from the look and some of the mannerisms, they weren't anything like the person they were. I mean, Kelly Osbourne was bipolar. Whether she is in real life or not is another matter altogether. Ozzy Osbourne had massive fucking arms.
What? Steb says I should watch Peep Show. I will! Just...
Yeah.
let me get to it.
I'm trying to remember who else was even in the thing. Oh yeah, David Blaine. I doubt that David Blaine was a sex pervert. That's all it was. The Bo Selector version of him was just constantly talking about fucking women.
Does Craig David really have a pet bird? Asked her. No, he does not.
No, he doesn't have a pet kestrel. And no, I don't think he pisses himself in public.
Here you go, Kiss.
I don't understand where some of this came from. Like, why he has a peregrine falcon? Or why he pisses himself constantly. Do you think that's what... I mean, what did Craig David actually have a problem with? I am very curious to know what his problem was. Was it the over-exaggerate... The fact that Bo Selector itself, the phrase he came up with, became more synonymous with the show than him? Was it the fact that his character was incontinent? Was it the peregrine falcon? Didn't Craig David even appear in an episode?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the debate for a while with people saying that he has no right to be mad about it because it made him more relevant for longer, because his genre of music literally died out shortly afterwards. And I know that's weird to hear that a genre of music is dead. But, be brutally honest, when was the last time you ever heard of garage music?
I never listened to it, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't actually heard of it since Craig David was around. I actually asked Liz, who's a bit more of a music aficionado than I am, and she's never even heard of Craig David or garage music.
But then again, I was never popular with the people that would.
Well, it never made it outside of the UK. It never made it outside of the UK, from what I understand. It never made it to America. So I think it just lived and died with Craig David. But I still don't think it ruined his career. If anything, I think it extended it. Elton John. Okay, Elton John. That's the one I'm really confused about because Star Stories did a similar thing with him.
Well, not really. Similar temperaments, I guess.
I mean, is Elton John actually a violent human being? Because in Star Stories he gets really easily agitated and smashes things and shouts aggressive things at people, and the most selective version of him flat out wants to murder people.
I think most selective he's moved on to more general modern pop.
In the very few segments he's on,
the SMP show. Sam will find it interesting.
Or what about when he kept threatening to sodomise anybody to death? Long before Mr. Garrison did.
No.
Oh god, I love Star Wars. Remember Alex Ferguson?
Yeah.
But he cursed Posh Spice.
I place this curse on you, Victoria Adams.
Fuck off. Then I put this curse on you, Victoria Adams. As long as day follows neat, you shall never have a solo #1! Posh Spice's album did very well. However, because of Alex Ferguson's curse, it only ever made it to #2. Oh, when he threw the football boots. Which apparently he did actually do. I don't think it stuck in David Beckham's head and literally he just walked around with it around in his head for a while.
No, he thought he was a very abusive person.
Yeah. We're lost to the fucking Duelist!
Uh-oh. Again.
Also, I don't know about Mel B going nuts with a Stanley knife on anybody. Though I can completely believe the Simon Cowell stuff. I truly believe he stole everybody else's ideas and claims they were his, because that does seem like a thing he does, and I do like to think that his board of directors he answered to were literally the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
What on earth possessed you to sign this
pathetic roster of shit?
One thing, my genius. And now it's the battle phase, I'll switch to the defense one.
You will spend eternity in hell! And if I succeed, oh. Then you will spend eternity in hell! That suits me fine.
Tell some about my idea on how to portray Dumbledore. Well, it's like...
Nicole, please don't.
I think Sam can probably guess what your idea on how to better portray Dumbledore is, where instead of his sexuality being an afterthought, it's all the character talks about. So what do you see when you look into the mirror, sir? Wall-to-wall cock carry!
Look, I get J.K. Rowling is obsessed with Dumbledore's sexuality.
Oddly so, yeah.
Look, someone described it as J.K. Rowling is a woman who wrote a book years ago that catered to a certain group of people and now she's ashamed that she did it in this day and age. Remember?
I think she's more ashamed that it didn't age with the times.
Yeah, it didn't age. I mean, you've seen her thing. Have you seen her thing where she said, "I never once said that Hermione was white." Yes, you did. It's
She's bushy-haired white girl.
yeah, that was literally what was written in the book. You intended it. You're just ashamed of it now. And now she's got Daniel Radcliffe and everyone else hating her. Though again, I will throw out again, Ollie. It was literally two years ago yesterday that I made that. I started sharing that stuff about how she hated the Scots, and you were like, "Nope, nope, she's not a bad person. She's not bad. She wouldn't do anything like this." And then this happens.
Cho Chang sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
What?
Says Cho Chang sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
You know, I was reading Viz the other day and suddenly thought of Seb when they had a Joe Pesci the cat bit. I don't know why. For some reason, when I think of Joe Pesci, I think of Seb.
You dick! You dick! Stole my Stardust Dragon!
Big Mickey. I also found myself watching some old David Firth videos the other day. Ah, those were the days. Well, nothing beats a good old burnt face man. Or not, Stanley. No, I didn't kill anybody. I'm not a serial killer. I just killed a few people, but they weren't in series.
I'm not a serial killer. I mean, sure, I killed a bunch of people, but they were one-offs. There was no series.
One guy I killed came over and says, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I said, "Quit whining."
I'm glad David Firth is still doing stuff.
Excuse me, I'm very importantly busy.
Isn't David Firth from King? That's Colin Firth.
You know, Seb is intentionally trying to, you know, bait you. You do realise that, right?
I know. Right, I will try one more time, and if this doesn't work, I'll wreck him with my Blue Eyes deck. I want to make a Pro Tag deck that has all the ace cards in it, but there'd be no deck structure, like, to speak of in that. Just grabbing a can of Diet Iron Brew. There'd be no deck structure. You could design decks for this game. Yeah.
So design it like original OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Joey then.
Joey was the closest to a playable deck in the series.
No.
Yeah, until Duelist Kingdom.
No, even then. Well, Duelist Kingdom, he wasn't.
I mean, what I mean is that you know, because of the rules of the way the show worked, they kind of just made his deck inert to work with the show.
Yeah. But Battle City onwards, he actually has probably the... Yes, they make Diet Iron Brew set.
Nicole,
It's the only diet drink that tastes anything like the non-diet counterpart.
oh no, new Iron Brew tastes like shit. It's not proper Iron Brew.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? The fact that it doesn't taste like Iron Brew. Iron Brew has a very distinct taste, but since they did the whole thing with Jamie Oliver removing the sugar, most of the sugar and stuff from it, it just doesn't taste the same anymore. And honestly, I don't think Jamie Oliver's the person you should be going to food advice.
The weird thing is, decks
When
and
all of his
brains are quite close to IRL playable decks. Cool.
I mean, you know, when most of his restaurants have been shut down because, you know, they're not fit for human consumption.
Fuck you. Taking out the scrap iron scarecrow.
Nicole, shush.
You know what? I'm gonna mirror force and kill all your monsters.
That'll teach you to live. Shush.
Oh, what's up with Nicole? What's up with Nicole? What's up with Nicole?
I held my hand over her mouth to stop her screeching, and now she's crying because I told her to shut up.
Jamie Oliver is one person I'm content to not hear from, so sad.
No, Nicole, that hurts.
Right. Why did the villains get the only good decks in this game? Dear. Oh, you lucky git. Right, that's it. I'm using my Blue Eyes deck. Since you say he's useless...
He's using the blue eyes.
Now, Yusei's probably got the best protagonist deck out of everyone. But there's no way Yugi's deck will actually work in the game proper. Okay. I play Protector with Eyes of Blue and use his special ability to summon Priestess with Eyes of Blue.
Now.
Oh, you can special summon too. Okay. I activate Protector with Eyes of Blue's special ability, sending Priestess with Eyes of Blue to the graveyard to summon a Blue Eyes monster from my hand. But now that she's targeted for effect, Priestess with Eyes of Blue's effect activates, and I can send Protector with Eyes of Blue to the graveyard to add a Blue Eyes White Dragon and a Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon from my deck to my hand. And then Protector's effect activates and summons the Blue Eyes to the field. Because I've got another one in my hand, I can special summon Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon to the field. 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field, a third in my hand. How's that for an opening move? I'm going to try and bait him into attacking it. Because it often ends up fighting Kaiba, who owns the only Blue Eyes White Dragon cards. Designs more Blue Eyes support anyway. Why did he print 4 Blue Eyes White Dragon cards?
That sounds completely pointless.
I mean, I don't think he was quite counting on one man hoarding all of them. And the White Stone in the Ancients allows me to summon Blue Eyes number 3 from my deck. Maybe you should have made more than 4. I mean, make at least 6.
Yeah.
Enough for 2 ultimate dragons.
Yeah.
I summon Priestess with Eyes of Blue and activate the effect of Sage with Eyes of Blue in my hand.
What? It's just
I now have 4 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field. And 1 in my hand. And just like that, I win. I'd like to see a Mitchell and Webb Yu-Gi-Oh sketch. In my headcanon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is an absurdly common card. Yeah. Well, they don't actually have fusion monster cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! You just fuse the monsters together and the monster appears. Oh, you've sent the Matt Burriers Christian video into the Facebook chat.
Yes, I did. I thought you might as well watch. I just thought it might be useful to you for sound bites.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
And also, I recommend watching it. But I should also point out, Chris Chan has actually approved the comic. So this isn't like a whole troll thing, and this isn't an attack on him. He has actually completely endorsed the comic's creation and everything in it. So, you know, no need to feel bad about that if your moral conscience is there.
But my time is at an end. I used to believe that destiny was written in stone, but in more ways surpassed the impossible. Defeat Zone to save New Domino City. Goodbye. Hope. Looks like we're fighting a giant slab. You say head to now confront Zone. Defeating him would save New Domino City and possibly the future. Welcome, Team 5Ds. Zone, we won't let you destroy New Domino City.
Big hole.
Okay. Bastard. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normally summon this card without tributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, this card battle, shuffle all spells and traps your opponent controls into the deck. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw one card. That's absurd. During your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Oh, okay.
Nicole.
Nicole, you nearly fell.
Okay. I just like this.
I'll try Black Winged Dragon. Coral Dragon is also a tuner.
Nicole, shush.
There'd be no point in attacking it. Why don't I have Junk Warrior? No space in the extra deck, I guess. Black Rose Dragon. Oh crap. I thought you knew it did that. I didn't realise it meant all of them. I thought it would leave me with Black Rose Dragon at least. You right there, Sam?
Hmm?
You're right there.
Oh yeah, just Nicole won't be quiet.
A level 7 tuner. Ancient Fairy Dragon. I should have played it in defense mode. How the hell do you summon? I don't know. Oh fuck you. Time Lord cards. I'm not even sure the Blue Eyes deck would make that much of a difference here. If you use Mailer or Infinite Impermanence on a Time Lord monster, it's basically a useless zero attack lump. It has its effects negated. Oh, I can negate that one's effect as well. Blackwing Dragon. Okay, I think I've won. Yeah, if you can just negate the effects. I have a few cards in the Blue Eyes deck that can do that, actually. Oh, I skipped the ending by accident. Okay, Future Path. With the help of his friends, Yusei stopped the Divine Temple from crashing into New Domino City. 6 months later, Yusei created a fortune.
Okay.
Professor Fudo. Most cities around the world. So maybe it's not really a couple of hours. So. Trudge has me patrolling the streets night and day.
No. It's my agent. Mama, better.
Hello? Hey, Barbara. Fine. How you doing? Well, we have Lynn in our lives. We're never fine. Oh, Lynn's full of shit. No, last night I've had to diffuse Liz because she set her off again. She's decided that Liz's autism apparently can just be turned off. Right, she's decided that because I explained that Liz and me have loud voices sometimes and we can't control them. And sometimes that's... Hold on a second. Ollie?
Yeah? Yeah?
I'm going to have to mute the chat or something because...
No, yeah, do what you gotta do.
Alright, I'm going to try. Sorry, I'm on a chat at the moment and it's probably best that I don't
Like, you can leave the party and come back. Well, I'm going to end the stream after this game anyway.
I'm going to mute the microphone.
Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Jack, he's... I mean, that was lucky, that it was that card that went to the graveyard with tuning. Because now I can summon Junk Warrior. Milling cards from your deck is fine. Did you get the screenshot from Dunstan Jackson? Not yet. Which one did you want again? Like, the slaps are really hard, because they never leave their hand up after slapping him. It's always just sort of... And I can't get it exactly when they hit him, because the hands are blur. As long as it's clear that's what's happening. Right. Why is everyone in this hotel always slapping me? Right, let's try again. Jack wants to know my opinions on Brie Larson's starting a YouTube channel. I have no opinion on that. What content does she put out? Is she doing Let's Plays? Does she do cooking videos? Or acting tips? Or, I don't know, maybe she really likes Airfix models? I'm sure I would have an opinion had I seen any of that. But she's offended people by existing. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, from your hand. Ah, shit. I misread the card. Oh, fuck you. Turbo Warrior. Explode a dragon wing. You gandered at my wall. You gandered at... Yes, sir, you gandered. Oh, you dick. I hate that card. Vice Dragon. This should boost Junk Warrior. Yes! Oh, why not, since they're in attack mode anyway. It's an extra 800 points of damage. Skeleton warriors, da 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 da. Oh, I'm gonna summon another one. Because it's gonna be even stronger. And I win. Working together to win. It's like they have a bomb. The same as... No, it's like he built his deck to have cohesion. So as long as our monsters, right, no matter where in the world we are, we'll always be together. I know what I want to do with my life. I refuse to end my career with a loss on my record. But that loss is on your record. We'll always be together, but not in a gay way. You know, like, you don't erase a loss from your record by beating the person who beat you. That's not how it works. You will still have lost to them in the past. Then you'll be waiting to lose. The loss doesn't go away just because you won later. Exactly. That wants to say that. Just tell him you love him, you wimp. Let's run it up is the trophy I just earned. Okay. And, well, there's 20 minutes left before the... Oh god, it's Zexel next. Okay, well, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time. I may actually start streaming Nino Kuni. It's a game I really like, so I'm going to stream it. Bye!